My teen male, dad 47, cheated on my mom and married my former babysitter, now 26 female. He hasn't visited us for 4 years, resulting in the termination of his parental rights for abandonment before finally starting to visit. He spent much time begging my mom to tell me to talk to him. My aunt told me he only started to visit after finding out his wife is infertile and can't give him a new child. At first, I put up with his visits, since my mom said I should at least be civil to him. But then he brought his wife over, and she complained about our dog. She said dogs are vicious and dangerous, and I shouldn't be around one since I was a kid. Note, the dog is well-trained and friendly, even by golden retriever standards. My mom refused to say anything, even as this woman called her a bad mom. So I told my dad's wife that this is our house, and if she doesn't like our dog, she can leave because it's not her place. Dad then told me I should be nicer to her if I wanted a relationship with him. That was when I told him I was uninterested, after he abandoned me for years and only showed up again because he couldn't make another child to replace me and my brother. Later, my brother 18 said I didn't have to be so cruel to him, even though he did abandon us. Was I too cruel? Now his replacement child bride could not give him another child. So terrible. No, OP, you spoke the truth. I guess he'll get another 20-something. Let's hope he's now the infertile one. You are not the idiot. The audacity of the father to treat his ex-wife, whom he cheated on, and his children, whom he abandoned, as an insurance policy is just as frustrating as his current wife complaining about someone's dog in their home, and the parenting of the woman whose marriage you helped break up. OP was pretty tame to them. Sometimes the truth hurts, and your father needs to know where you stand. He can't just waltz back into your life like he never left and demand respect as the man of a house he doesn't own. You should give him a chance, but only after he openly admits what he did and that it was wrong, and maybe a little about why he did it. But on the other hand, if you don't want to, you don't have to. He gave up that privilege when he walked out on you when you were a teen. Good Lord, the dad was welcomed in and given a chance, and then dared to put conditions? He deserves to hear the truth and needs to face it. He's an adult. It's his job to make the effort. He does not demand concessions from his kids, so he gets his way all the time. Dad is a selfish, undeserving idiot. I don't understand what's wrong with the mom. Why is she letting her ex walk all over her and her kids in her own home? I bet mom let it happen so OP could see the true colors of dad and stepmommy. Dude, he didn't just abandon you. He thought you were replaceable. Then he realized his new wife couldn't give him more bio kids, so he wanted a relationship again. How long until he trades the wife for a younger model and tries again for bio kids and goes back to treating you as replaceable? You're not cruel, you're pragmatic. He wants a relationship for his selfish gain, not to be a genuine father to you. Update. I talked to him again, and he said his wife expressed a valid concern and that having a dog isn't such a good idea. So I told him I don't want to talk to him anymore. He looked pretty shocked and asked me if I was choosing my dog over him. I told him yes. I've already blocked his number, and Mom agreed it was for the best and that she no longer wanted to play nice. I'm on vacation with my immediate family. I'm a female 30, and my 2 brothers are in their late 30s. They're both married and have kids, 5 kids total, ranging from toddlers to tweens. My parents are also on the trip, and I'm accompanied by my boyfriend of 2 years. We're here for a weekend, and it's been really fun so far. We have a mix of days where we have activities planned, and then a few free days. My family has had a text thread going for months with all the trip planning, so we knew which days were activity-free versus free days. My boyfriend and I planned a romantic dinner for one of the free nights at a nice restaurant on the island. We made a reservation months ago because it books up quickly. I was getting ready to go out, and one of my sisters-in-law commented about me dressing up to stay in. I was confused and asked her to clarify. She said that she, my brother, and my other married brother and his wife were doing a couple's spa evening experience, that they had booked a few days earlier, and they needed my boyfriend and me to watch all their kids. She said my brother was supposed to have asked me earlier that day. He forgot to. When I explained that my boyfriend and I already had plans, she was super unsympathetic. She said they'd already prepaid for the spa experience, and since we hadn't paid for the dinner yet, it wouldn't make sense for them to have to cancel their plans. I never agreed to watch their kids. I love my nieces and nephews, but my family knows I'm child-free and have been for years. It's been a point of contention for a long time. I wouldn't mind watching them if I'd been given advance notice, but having them slapped on me when I had plans with my boyfriend made me upset. My sister-in-law said I didn't understand how much she needed the time away from her kids because I don't have kids of my own. She said I was selfish and could handle one night of being a mom. It's not the point. I would have agreed if she had asked me months ago, before my boyfriend and I made dinner plans. I checked, and we won't be able to get another reservation before we leave. My parents walked in on us arguing and eventually offered to watch the kids. They were supposed to go to a free concert on the beach together, but decided to cancel so someone could stay with the kids. I felt really bad, but my mom insisted. Now it's the next day, and my sister-in-law won't even look at me. I'm angry at her too, but we're stuck here for a week, so I don't know what to do. My mom thinks I should just apologize, but I feel like I'm the one owed the apology here. Am I the idiot? Edit. We're not staying in a resort or hotel that would have babysitting services. We're staying in a family friend's vacation house / rental property. She said I was being selfish and I could handle one night of being a mom. Why not ask really politely? Making accusations is not how to get people to be nice to you and accept a reasonable no. You had made plans just like they had. You couldn't reschedule. And also, she got what she needed, a babysitter for the night. So why is she mad at you and not at her husband or herself for not organizing her stuff correctly? You are not the idiot. OP, she's mad because she expects you to drop everything for their children, regardless of your plans. She strikes me as extremely selfish and narcissistic. Everything revolves around her. Do not apologize. If anything, ask your brother why they thought it was okay to demand you babysit. Don't let them guilt you for their wrongdoing. Sister-in-law needs to put her entitlement in check. And the fact that your brother didn't step in is leaving my flabber absolutely gasted. There is no part of this story that you're responsible for. If your mother thinks that you should be the one to apologize, she's enabling sister-in-law. This is a hill to die on, and we are here to support you. Hopefully, you and your boyfriend can find a way to enjoy the rest of the vacation. All the best, OP. My ex, 35 female, and I, 35 male, divorced a few years ago. It was her who wanted the divorce, by the way. I met my girlfriend around 1 year ago, and I introduced my kids to her around 4 months ago. A few weeks after that, my kids told me that my ex was having dreams that I injured my leg and wanted her to help me. In the dream, she took care of me, and we got back together as a family. I did wonder why she told the kids about her dream, but I didn't think about it much more. Then about 2 months ago, my girlfriend and I planned to go to the beach nearby, as we both had a week's worth of vacation days saved. Then I found out about train hopping and jokingly suggested we do that and go to a beach on another coast. We were crazy enough to do it. Now, I know it was risky, and we did research it a lot, and I know a lot could have gone wrong, but it was one of the best experiences of our lives. We saw valleys, forests, deserts, and lakes we would have never seen if we had taken a flight. That too for free, although it was not a very pleasant way to do it. When I came back, my ex had a meltdown and told me I never loved her, I never cared for her, that she sacrificed so much for me, and I never valued her. When I inquired more, floodgates opened. Turns out she's been cyber-stalking my girlfriend for the past 4 months. My girlfriend is very active on IG, and she posts about random things I do for her. I make late-night snacks for her when she's working. I handmade a wooden ring for her. I've taken woodworking as a hobby. She snapped photographs of rice cakes I made for her. a ring and stuff, and posted them with captions, and my ex has been reading them. My girlfriend basically posted our week-long trip, pics of our train journey, pics of us surfing, a video of me giving her a piggyback ride after she sprained her ankle, us riding around on a moped, etc. My ex complained that I never made her a late-night snack. She goes to sleep at 9. I never made her a ring. I didn't know how then. I never gave her a piggyback ride. Well, she never sprained her leg far away from a bus stop, and I also would have a hard time carrying her. My girlfriend is like 100 pounds. I never took her on adventures like that. I told her what we did was stupid and dangerous, and then she started complaining that she could never do this because she had to take care of our kids, and I could be carefree. She complains that my girlfriend is a bad influence on me, since she is very young. She's only 8 years younger than me. Then she kept saying that my girlfriend would get me hurt because of stupidity, and that I don't care for my kids to put myself in danger. Honestly, I get where she's coming from. I could have done more lovey stuff with my ex, but my girlfriend is incredibly cute and brightens up by the small things I do for her, so I want to do it more. Regarding traveling, we did travel, but I had to endure her witchiness while packing, waiting at airports and stuff. On the other hand, my girlfriend never complained once, and mind you, it was not very comfortable on that train, with the wind slamming in our faces. I just enjoy doing things with my girlfriend more. I don't think that makes me wrong, does it? Not the idiot. My ex was similar to me, and I left him. For his new girlfriend, he does all the things I asked him for, and even though I have zero feelings for him, it did hurt. I once asked him about it, and he said losing me was a wake-up call for him, and that by leaving, I taught him to be better. It's bittersweet, of course, but I'm proud of him for his growth and that I was part of that journey. I think your ex is hurt that you're with a younger woman and she feels left behind as a chapter for you, while her reality is to still do the work. I'm not saying she's right, but I am trying to empathize with how she might feel. OP train hopping as a parent tells me everything I need to know. It's hugely irresponsible. What if he gets hurt, gets caught, etc.? A responsible, mature person would never do that. He's probably inconsiderate and immature in other aspects as a parent and partner, so his ex left him. OP, you are the idiot. It sounds like a classic trope of, if he wanted to, he would. She left you because you didn't treat her right, but now you have a young girlfriend you're giving everything to. I feel bad for your ex. Given that ex stalked, it's possible the way she acted during the relationship caused him to respond and treat her differently. I'm not saying she's at fault. There's no way for us to know, but people are ignoring people who treat each other based on the two-way street. The new girlfriend gives him more, which pushes him to give more, and vice versa. The stalking aspect certainly suggests that ex wasn't all that peachy anyway. My daughter, nearly adult, and niece, young grammar school, are the only grandkids in our family. My niece was a rainbow baby and the only baby in our family. I found out about my daughter when she was 9, so we missed most of her childhood, baby years. So naturally, niece gets a lot of attention. My daughter's jealous of her and has been very mean towards her. A few days ago, we all went shopping, and my niece went missing in the crowd. Naturally, we all panicked and started to search for her while my daughter was on her phone playing. I told her that my niece was missing, and she said, "Good, I hope she's not found," and went back to her phone. So when we got home, I grounded her for a month. She thinks I was the idiot. So, am I the idiot for punishing my daughter for not helping us search for my niece? Edit. She's just upset that she doesn't get as much attention as she did before our niece was born. But I'm not neglecting my child. I'm hoping she'll stop acting like a jealous kid and grow up and stop crying every time we have to skip her birthday because the baby is sick. You are the idiot. Your daughter's response wasn't great, but I'll give her a pass here. You never really explained why you didn't find out why you didn't know you had a daughter until she was 9. It's not exactly Father of the Year look there. How you describe your niece makes it clear, even to me, that she's the favorite child. the miracle baby, if you will. And yes, rainbow babies are a big deal, and they are special and something to be celebrated. But for a young child to be this fawned over by your entire family, I don't blame your daughter for feeling slighted emotionally. They skipped her birthday because the niece was sick and haven't rescheduled? And then they're surprised the daughter doesn't care about her cousin? Like, geez, what she did isn't right. But she's a kid. These are grown adults treating one of the cousins as second class. Honestly, anytime a family uses the term rainbow baby, there's messed up family dynamics involved. OP, you don't sound like you like your daughter at all, to be honest. You're acting like your family can't have a great relationship with her, like your niece, because she's older? There's plenty of love in everyone's heart for all kids, no matter the age. Being a rainbow baby doesn't mean a kid needs to be put on a pedestal. I'm sorry, but your niece is not your daughter. I'm not taking up for her because it wasn't okay. But you need to take a step back and look at your own actions with your daughter to find out why her actions are this way. Mini update. I'm going to give you a quick update while I figure out how to deal with her now. I decided to have a conversation with her about her feelings and her behavior towards her cousin. We didn't have much of a conversation because she kept crying and screaming at me, listing all the times everyone ignored her or favored my niece. I honestly didn't realize how awful we've been to her. She's my little girl, and I never meant to make her feel like this. I will tell my family we need to throw her a late birthday party since we had to skip her birthday because my niece was very sick. It'll be a day only about her, and from now on, we must be more careful about how we treat her. I don't know what to do other than that, since I have to figure out what to do now. I'm a married woman with a husband who sometimes makes jokes that bother me. He says it's just a joke, and I shouldn't take it seriously, but I think he's disrespectful. Last weekend, we went to a family gathering at his parents' house. During a private conversation, he made a joke that upset me. He said I should stay in the kitchen with the other women and make lunch for him and the men in the family because that was my role. He laughed at his own joke and expected me to laugh too, but I didn't find it funny at all. I got angry and told him he was a misogynist and that I wasn't his maid. He said I was overreacting and that it was just an innocent joke. He said I had no sense of humor and that I should relax. I walked away from him and went to the living room. His sister, my sister-in-law, noticed I was upset and asked me what had happened. I told her the truth, and she was furious. She said her brother was an idiot and that she would talk to him. She also told the other women in the family what he had said, and they were all outraged. They all went to talk to him and criticized him for the misogynist joke. He felt embarrassed and tried to justify himself, but no one accepted it. When we got home, he sulked and said that I and the women in the family took his joke too seriously. He said that it was just a joke and I shouldn't have said anything. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. Your husband was being rude, and you had every right to be upset. He had little respect for you when he made the jokes clearly, and if he keeps saying it and says it's just a joke, it's probably not a joke, but his actual views he may be spinning off as a joke. Those jokes are absolutely misogynistic and unfunny. You weren't in the wrong for feeling upset by them. Good on the women in the family for telling him off. I disagree. You are the idiot, OP. The joke may have been upsetting, but I wonder how you and the commenters would react if you made a joke that offended Hubs and he ran off to tell your dad and brothers and they all gave you a talking to. You would probably call him fragile. If you don't like the joke you tell him, don't run whining to his family about it. You're his wife. Tell him you don't like it and keep private problems between the two of you. Or do you want your husband running to your family whenever you do something he doesn't like?